Hey y'all. So, evidently, Fred has moved to Indiana to live with Ziggy, and once they were together, they wasted no time in turning the talk to Summer Wells, which isn't really that big of a surprise, is it? And in this story, or in this clip I'm about to show you, um, that she did it over on her Empress Ziggy channel. And I feel like Ziggy does that sometimes to when she talks about certain things to feel out what whoever's in the chat at that moment, what the reaction may be. Um, Fred never disappoints. It's quite the story. And I say story because I don't believe it, not for 1 second. You can tell me what you think in the comments. And yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. He said that we'll have something in a day or two when we go over some stuff over about summer. He was telling we were just talking about summer and how he was wanting to do them, and this is quite the task because these people like Killer Looks, for example, who make these uploads and find all this stuff and put it together, that takes forever. I mean, he probably by now has people that help him, like probably, sometimes helps him send him stuff. Like I do have, some people sometimes will help me, like send me stuff, or make my intro or whatever. But getting started, doing that stuff, I'm not used to that kind of stuff, but that's something like kind of what Fred is wanting to do and put certain things together, especially about Knoxville, I think, mainly. And we were talking about that because Crow was just saying it's just the only thing that makes sense is this Knoxville theory. Um, just Knoxville keeps coming up. It's just the only thing that makes freaking sense. And like he replays everything in his head over and over again constantly, and like think of it as if it were you or him and this stuff happened to you. And like I see it. I mean, I know, I mean, like there's new stuff all the time that he thinks of, or I mean he's lived there his whole life basically and been in that and around a lot of not very good people at times, so at a lot of times. So isn't Knoxville where Dawn goes? Yes. And it was even mentioned, like, he wants to put together, like, where Jody Sue was even mentioning Knoxville before Fred had, or anything had ever come up about Knoxville. And then we had this, like, Lady of the Night call, which who knows if that shit's bullshit or not, but man, it seems like very, like.
Well, it lines up with what I had.
Yeah.
Dinners to do.
Yeah. Like the situation where Fred, like that, and that's a whole other thing we haven't even talked about that they don't even really know about.
Oh, no.
So yeah, there's a lot to tell you guys about, because you guys don't know like the details of why Fred went to Hawkins County and turned in his phone and stuff. He wasn't asked to, like, I mean, he was asked to then after given the information, but he went on his own free will. He was going there anyways, but it was something going on behind the scenes for a while because there was somebody at the Knoxville house who claimed to know Playboy and like gave a lot of details and claimed Summer Wells was in this man's home. And this was conversations that Fred,
along with 10 other children.
And along with 10 other children, one name he was bringing up is Jonathan Tate, which Jonathan Tate, like, that name's like that's more like Jonathan Tate, like,
he was the only boy there.
Yeah, it's supposedly from Kingsport or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
County.
But they had many conversations in text. This guy said it was claiming like he could get like Summer a lot, like in that he claimed that he talked to Summer Wells, and that she claimed that she was 9 years old and that she knew her daddy, like her dad traded her or something like that, right?
He had to give her up for the drug debt.
Yeah, this is what this guy was claiming. Like it lined up with everything from this call. And this happened over a long period of time. And so, like, because this guy was in the house with Fred, and like Fred didn't know what to do. This guy claimed he was affiliated with the Vice Lords, and that his father was killed. But man claimed his father was killed by Playboys because of Playboy, yeah. And so he kind of he didn't really care anyways, and he said that the Vice Lords really aren't really cool with kids stuff anyways. So like I think he like validated it in his mind. It sounded like because it like why he was being like a snitch or whatever. It was he was claiming that his dad was killed by Playboy or something to do with Playboy because of Playboy or something like that, and that he didn't like that Playboy was like into children, crimes to do with children and making money off children, like, and supposedly that it's not like the actual gang that's affiliated, it's just this particular person that I don't think that the gang, I mean, this is what this guy is saying, okay?
It's all
yeah, it's all recorded. Yeah, and so he was claiming that he was gonna get some, like, actually, like oh my gosh, like one time, there's so much. One time he claimed that he was actually with Summer Wells, right?
Yeah, he was with them all while they.
Yeah, he claimed to be at Playboy's while he was on the phone with Fred, right? Yeah. And he was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" The guy's like, "I'm here right now, and she's here." Like, seriously, and Fred's like, "What? Like, what the fuck? Where are you?" You know, like, this kid was claiming he was right there and saw Summer Wells, and that he's at Playboy's, and he's right there, and he's calling Fred, being like, "What do I do? Like, I don't know what to do." And, like, Fred's like, "Oh, my God, I don't know what to do." It's like, what's the address?
It's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Because the kids could be at a lot of state, you know.
Yeah. So it's like, do you believe this dude or what? But it's like, he never really gave up a specific address.
No, but we went over maps and stuff at Hawkins County when I took and had my phone dipped and stuff.
Yeah.
And we went over lots of maps and certain motels and stuff that the kids were supposed to be in.
Yeah, there was supposedly...
The next week was when they sent those special tactics in from Texas and everywhere to Knoxville and made that stings.
Yeah. So we have so many cool, like, interesting things to talk to you guys about. You guys are going to be so, like, freaking interested in hearing this stuff. Well, I mean, a lot of this stuff, what is it? It's up to you guys for interpretation to decide, like, what you think, if it's bullshit or not, because I don't know what to think about it. I mean, I've seen so many freaking people make up so many stories when it comes to Summer Wells and this case. Like, I don't know who to trust, what to believe, you know, and it seems like there's a lot of people doing that shit on purpose. So that's why people are doing this confusion, is because it works very well. And so, but it does seem like the whole saying goes, when there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of smoke at Knoxville. It just keeps pointing Knoxville.
Incident of the one that was doing inside work for him being a Smith, you know.
Oh yeah, and guess what? Yeah, and that's another thing. Guess what the guy's last name was? That was given. That's something that we just realized like a couple of days ago.
I realized it a long time ago.
Oh, you did know? You did think of it a long time ago? I mean, you knew his last name was Smith, but you didn't. You even thought of the possible connection.
Yeah.
So now he wonders, is he related to the Smiths on Ben Hill and whatever? I don't know. But that's such a common last name. Who's to know? So yeah, this guy, he seemed all cool about helping with law enforcement and everything with Summer Wells, didn't he? He seemed like he was all in, and he claimed he didn't want any of the money or anything, or no.
Yeah, he wanted.
He wanted the money.
That's what got him kind of talking more about it,
Yeah, because we weren't interested in the money. Fred's like, well, I'm not interested in the money. You could have the money, right? And but so the money thing was a factor. But it's so weird. Like, he actually called one time and it's like claiming he was there with Summer Wells, and like, I don't know. So what do you do? Is it bullshit or what? But I mean, the only smart thing to do is turn it in no matter what. Just like people want to talk shit about the bones and stuff, and act like that was a whole joke. It was not a joke. Yeah. At all. Like, I don't know if somebody played a joke, but it was not Fred playing a joke on me. Okay. Because
the bones was found, it was like 75 yards from John Smith's deck.
Yeah.
Too. See.
Mm-hmm. On a property that was not really.
It was just across the property line.
Yeah, it was pretty much vacant at the time. But what are you going to do? Like, people talk shit about that. Like, what do we do? Oh, chicken bones, or, they like nickname me Bones and stuff. It's like, what do you do? Like, so you're talking shit because I called law enforcement about that? Like, what would you guys do? Would you call law enforcement or not? If that's it, because exactly how it happened is how exactly me and Fred tell you guys over and over again. We could tell you this story 5 million times. It's going to have the same freaking details.
Well, first of all,
so there you have it, folks. I mean, where do I start? Let's see. Let's start with, why does Knoxville keep coming up? Maybe because you keep bringing it up, Ziggy, with what was probably one of your buddies calling in to do the Lady of the Night call. I mean, we all know that wouldn't have been the first time that you had a friend call in and pretend to be somebody that they weren't. Like somebody that knew the boys, or their kids were friends with the Wells boys in their foster home. The mom of the kid or whatever that was friends with the Wells boy. Yeah, that was you, Ziggy. How did Ziggy start her channel? By bringing out fake CPS reports. That's where a lot of the information got out that the the boys were abused, is because of that fake CPS report. Nothing else was ever shown evidential wise. I know their house was dirty. Well, that doesn't mean you beat your kids. Sorry. Um, Siggy has done a lot of lies. And Fred, he is just one big lie. He's always pointing the finger at somebody. I call that deflecting. I don't know what y'all call it. Why? Why though? Is it just to help wifey keep her YouTube channel going, or is it more? That's what I want to know. And Fred, somebody calls you and says, "Oh, I'm in the room with Summer Wells." Um, you, you didn't know what to do. Um, why would the guy call you, Fred? Come on. Uh, Maybe you should have said, "Snap a picture of her." And do you have any proof that this interaction even happened between you and this guy, Fred? This guy named John Smith. Yeah, that is. You're right, Ziggy. That is an awful common name. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all see what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. I, for one, am convinced that Fred Hill is nothing but a fucking liar. I just don't know why. And now I see that Ziggy's not just playing dumb. She knows he's lying. She's going right along with it. Yeah, she's a greedy bitch. Sorry. Anything to keep the old YouTube channel going, right, Zig? Disgusting. Both of you. Anyway, Thanks to my viewers. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.